Okay guys, we're switching things up a little bit today, or at least switching things up for me. There's going to be two things that are a little bit different today. One, we're at a new body of water. It's called Will Green Lake in Richmond, Kentucky. I don't even know if there's any bank access, honestly, looking around to fish off the bank, but on Google Maps it looked like I can maybe cross this hill over here, maybe get to the dam, so we'll try to figure something out, fish on the boat ramp or something. The second thing is, I'm going to try to catch a fish on my #1 least favorite bait, which unfortunately is a spinnerbait, which is, you know, a lot of people like them very well, but I've just never had any confidence in a spinnerbait, honestly. I've never really been with anyone who's got on a good spinnerbait bite, and it seems like every time that I pick one up, I just never done very good on it. So we're going to try to go out here and gain a little bit of confidence in a spinnerbait. Maybe we can catch a fish or two, and I'll get it on film for you guys. Alright guys, well here's what we got to choose from. I do have a spinnerbait box. Even though I take them fishing every time I go, I never throw them. But I do have a box of them. So, I don't really know what the watercolor and stuff is yet, but I'm going to pick out one of these spinnerbaits to kick things off with. I've picked out 4 or 5 different spinnerbaits. I'm going to throw these in my pocket, and I'm going to tie this one on first. It's a double willow blade, Booyah Baits spinnerbait. So, we'll give it a shot. Well, here's the setup I'm going to be using. I got this Booyah White and Chartreuse double willow blade spinnerbait, and I'm using a Quantum Kevin Van Dam series. This is an older reel, and I got that on actually a rod that I made myself. It's a MHX blank. It's like a 7.1, 7.3 medium heavy, something like that. And I'm using a 15-pound P-line fluorocarbon. So we'll see if we can catch something. That actually felt like a bite. The water's actually pretty clear, so I'm gonna switch it up to this guy. It's a double willow leaf. I have no idea who makes this or anything, but it looks good. It looks like a shad, so we're gonna give it a shot. I don't know, guys. This stuff looks really good. I feel like I'll be able to catch a fish on something else anyways. Well guys, here's the deal. I have threw this old spinnerbait for about a half a mile, and I fished all the possible shore that I can fish. I made it to the end, and this is all bluff wall and trees, and I can't go no further that way from the boat ramp, and all around the lake is just trees. And I've caught 0 fish. I've caught 0 bites. I threw this stuff in some of the juiciest looking places possible. I haven't had any wakes, nothing. I don't know if there just ain't no fish on these banks that I'm fishing, or, you know, if I just ain't no good at throwing a spinnerbait. Still haven't gained no confidence in the spinnerbait. You know, it's overcast and like drizzling the rain. It's like perfect conditions. And the water's pretty clear, so I put on that double willow leaf spinnerbait. You know, that allowed me to burn it. You know, I could burn it real fast. And I figured that I'd get a reaction strike out of one, but you know, apparently I'm doing something wrong, or I don't know. But for now, we're switching it up to the old jig. We're gonna see if we can catch a fish, at least. Big and oh gosh, dang it, man. That's a freaking 5 or 6 pounder. That's a giant. That's a big fish. I'm gonna take this fish back to the car real quick and get a weight on it. That's why I throw a jig. I fish that spinnerbait down all the stuff. I pick up that jig for like 5 casts or 10 casts. I'm stopping every like not very far at all and giving this fish water. So I'm not hurting him in any way. It's my first fish out of Lake Will Green. It's a nice one. I figured he'd at least go 5 pounds.
Yeah, I thought he was a good one.
4.82 on these scales.
Yeah.
He weighed 4.82. It's a good start. Here he goes. Well guys, I'm back over here. That fish was right under 5 pounds. That scale measures 100, so it was like 4.82. I was planning on just heading back and fishing around the dock. And I was just flying, casting that jig down through there, and I was just shaking it. There's another one. There's another big one. That ain't a big one, it's another fish. Fat. They want the jig. There's another one. But yeah, exactly what I was doing right there. I'm just shaking it like real violently, just kind of moving it, and they're just eating it. Don't feel like a bad fish. It's not. Pretty good one. It's not bad. Here goes a release on this guy. Got a little bitty guy. It's number 4, I think. Well guys, there you go. Unfortunately, we didn't gain any more confidence in the old spinnerbait today. I went biteless, didn't even get a bite or anything on it, and I fished it for about an hour. But we did make a switch over to the jig and, you know, stuck that big one like y'all saw. That was a good fish. It went 4.82 on the scales that I had. And those, you know, so it was just under 5 pounds. But I believe he looked bigger than that. I figured he would at least been over 5. But you know, whatever the scales say is what we'll go with, I guess. But either way, that's a big fish, biggest fish I've caught this year. So it felt good to stick one like that. So I mean, it was a good time. We ended up catching 4 fish. 2 of them was on the jig, and one of them was on the wacky worm, and one was on that square bill crankbait. So that's how the day went down, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.